Hello, we are here in downtown. My hair looks smaller because I did the ultra cleaning thing. It's like twice the size. Don't worry, it's not been shot off for anything. But right now we are heading down to the CVS. That's what we go to get the good goods. We go to the CVS because the CVS got the good goods, yeah? Okay, so let's go. Yeah. So now we're heading towards the CVS. I haven't made a video in some time because I've learned many things. Not many things. First of all, I kind of took myself off of my account by mistake on the phone, so now I have to manually do it. I can't just give it a straight shot from the phone. From the phone to the YouTube, I have to go over there, plug it in the computer, and the computer put it through the wire, and the wire will shoot the signal of the data that is this video to go to observe the video. But that isn't the case yet. So wait. Another thing I realized, the bigger camera, how it picks up data, it picks it up, all the information, all the little details, all the breaths, a little bit too much precision and noise, and it has my weird breathiness, which is just a signal that I should probably chop more down the weight. I'm doing better. I've gotten to the point where I lost weight and I'm gaining some muscle, but I'm gonna start losing weight again because I've been cutting off of the chicken. Okay, besides the point, it's the subject of the day. And the subject of the day is nostalgia. Nostalgia. And nostalgia is the point I want to make. I made this video before on the other camera, but it showed undesirable parts of me, which I didn't like. So now I am doing it through the phone. And this includes what I believe anyways is the kind of this addiction to nostalgia that you have to constantly think of the past, all those palettes, those pastel palettes, that nice Apple computer, that Game Boy with those little signals that's just so, there's just something about it. You know, you're in the corner, you're on the corner of the street in the schoolyard playing the video games. You remember playing the first Pokemon. It's so addictive and cool. And I see a lot of these in videos about not a lot of them, but some of them about these 18 or early 20-year-olds oh, I wish I had this aesthetic. And instead of living there, because during my time period when I was younger, we didn't necessarily have all this social media. It came to us in our late teens and late 20s. So we weren't interconnected. We just kind of made our own memories, still living out through people's memories, which if you live through nothing but other people's memories, you don't create your own memories, you create this weird little sorrow pool. In this sorrow pool, it's oh, I wish I could have lived this life and that life instead of just living life. So it's what are you going to talk about when it's when you're older and you're at a bar with your friends and you reminisce? I can reminisce about things oh, I remember this character. Even if it's in a video game, it doesn't need to be playtime. I can reminisce about these things hey, I played God of War. I remember when I unlocked this weapon or whatever. And imagine if you're older and the young generation, and your thing is just posting about nostalgia and how cool it is, and you're just what are you to just talk about other people's memories and not create your own? I mean, you're just putting a pothole of nothingness into your soul and your character, just talking about other people's memories. Probably if you're a historian, that's a good thing. But if that's and it's something that you learn and you're deliberately practicing. But if you're kind of spamming your own mind with those thoughts continuously, and you're living in other people's past, it's gonna be very hard to create a character for yourself. You're to live out of your own time. There's a golden era. Every time period has their golden era. For example, I'm gonna give you the internet. If you're not the internet precisely, the computer age. If you're in the 70s and 80s, you're around the mid 80s, you're around the constructions of computers. when Apple was being made. You're like, if you knew how to code in HTML, you're able to get a six-figure salary. And then around that time period, let's go 10 years forward, the web, like 1994, it was like 1992 it came out. If you got your chance at the web, you could have made memories with people, like programming and doing like the early stuff, which wasn't so extensive back then. I mean, it was, but you can get in without trying too hard. That was the golden era. That was the time where you can make money, you can have friends with ease. Another time period, and then there's the .com era. Like there's a golden era, like every 5 years for something. And like the .com area, if you're able to build a website and do all these things, you can do something and like make a good amount of cash and like have fun and have memories, or like, yeah, it's cool. And then if you're in the there's a .com, then there's the early like investing area, not the early investing, like in technology, like when Netflix and Apple got really, really big, there's like always these points of like making money. I know I'm kind of moving up, making money and creating like childhood memories, but it's like, the point I'm trying to make is that don't live out other people's golden eras. Like look for the oil, the golden era that's popping up the time for something. Like I think the next one is like the golden era for crypto would be around 2012, 2011, if you would have like got into it. And then you could have like been a little bit more free in life, which I was old enough and I had the site and I remember friends when Bitcoin was like cheap and all that stuff. But yeah. What I'm saying is that there's a golden era, like the new golden era. Instead of like living the 70s or the 90s or every 20 years back to try to see, I mean, so much that it like affects every aspect of your life. I mean, it's beautiful. Each era is beautiful, but what I'm trying to say is that there's there's large windows in present and future prospects to live out, make beautiful memories, and it's just sad that if people who are overly focused on having fun with like, I mean, not having fun, like being so absorbed in like other people's golden memories, golden ages. There's always a golden age every day. Like next is the VR one, I think in the next like year or two. We're kind of the golden age. We're like at the end of the golden age going to the silver age. Well, take care. My phone almost fell, and you'll hear back from me soon. And we're going to have experiences with the new age, the new age of prosperity. So take care, people, and good night. I am leaving you. I am leaving you. This format's pretty good. Okay, take care, subscribe, and see you later. Cha-ching!